Hi everyone! Today we are going to start our 3 lessons on a series of paintings which are inspired by our trip to Japan. We will start with an easy project which is Cherry Blossom. It's very light, very gentle, you don't need much pigment or much watercolors for it. It's more like a wash painting. Next one will be in this series is this beautiful lady, and the kit has very nice packaging. It's a little bit more sophisticated painting, and the last one will be a big project which requires longer time, and it also has very interesting brush and 2 ink pens that will be used in this mixed media project. And today we will start with this beautiful cherry blossom. You have 2 cards in your kit, so you can start with one. We take the rough side, and this is the side that we will be painting on. You have in your kit carbon paper to transfer the outline. So I will place the carbon paper above my watercolor card, then the outline. I'm going to fix it. You have to feel a little bit the sides of the card, so it won't, you will have all the picture on the card. And then I'm going to fix it to the table with paper tape so it won't move. I will start transferring the outline into my watercolor paper. Now try to make very light pressure on your pencil so the line won't be too harsh. After you tried a couple of lines, just pick up and see if it's not too strong, and then you can adjust your pressure on the pencil if you think that it's a little bit too much. Now, in every lesson I'm saying that the outlines that I prepare, those are just general lines. It's not a coloring page, so you're more than welcome to add details or to erase details or make the line wobbly in a different direction. This is your artistic approach to this, so you decide how much you want to go by the lines. Obviously my outlines, every painting is different because I don't follow really every line as it is here. I approach these outlines just as a guidelines, and then once I pick it up and I see that, oh, maybe I need something more or something is a bit too much, then I just adjust it and make it my own. Okay, so we are almost done here. Most important is not to have the lines super harsh, because that will look through and see through the watercolors. Okay, so I think I'm satisfied with the lines here. The only thing, I have a little bit dirt from the carbon paper because I pressed with my hand. So what I'm going to do is I have this heavy duty eraser, and I will just clean up a little bit my card. Otherwise I think I'm happy with what I have. See, you can, carbon paper is not too easy to erase, but some erasers do work, so this one is one of them. If a purchased the kit from me, you have inside this brush. It's a new brush to try, something fun. It's a new tool for you. If you didn't purchase, no problem, you can use your favorite brush. In order to fill it up, you just unscrew it, fill up with water, screw it back, and then you can just press the soft part and the water will come out. It's something new to try. Maybe you will like it. Okay, if you purchase the kit from me as well, you will have all the necessary colors for this project. If not a problem. You can see that you'll need yellow, green, a couple of different shades of brown, and a rose or magenta or a red, whatever color you like to use for the flowers. Okay, so I will start with a little wash all over, because this is the lightest value that I have on this picture. And what I do is I just push out the water from my fancy brush in order to wet a little bit the background. Now, I was already painting before, so it has a bit of pinkish hue, and just ignore it. So once you wet the background, I would like to have some kind of peachy color for the background. In order to create peach color, you need pink and yellow together. So I will take, I will activate the yellowish, pinkish reddish color that I have on my palette. I will dilute it with a lot of water, so it's more like a pink. I made a mistake. I had to start with the yellow, but that's okay. I clean my brush on the paper towel, and now I will take a little bit of yellow. I will need this yellow for later, so it's try to keep it like clean, so it will stay like really yellow for the dots later. Okay, and then let's put here some just like really small amount of the yellow pigment, and that will be our peachy color. So now everywhere where I touched it with clean water, I'm going to apply this peach background. I will try to make. Some places it will be lighter, some places it will be darker. That's not a problem. I will use just everything I have on my plate. Just a little bit of a wash around the flowers. Okay, and I'm continuing to press out the water from my brush, so I have a little bit more pigment because I'm out of the pigment on the plate. So I will just use whatever I have on my card. For this I need a little bit more of water. So if you use your own brush, you just can wet it with clean water and pull whatever pigment you have here all around. Okay, some places darker, some places lighter. So that will be it for the background. My next step, I want to continue with the flowers, because this is the lightest value what I have on the picture, and I will be layering. So I will start with the light, and then I will darken it once I apply the pink. So again, I'm going to wet my petals of the cherry blossom. I will wet it with my brush. Okay. Now I need really small amount of pink, so I don't overdo it, not do it too dark. So I will take the, oopsie, I will take just a little bit, and I will try to spread it. So I have like a really less than a drop on my brush, on the tip of my brush, and that's what I'm going to use through the whole flower. Don't pick up more pigment, even if it looks to you that it's not enough. You will add it later with the darker layer, okay? So just use really whatever is on your tip of your brush. Don't add more of the pigment. We want it to be very gentle, very fragile looking. So this will be the big flower. Now we will do the same with the little ones. And again, I still have some pigment on my tip of my brush, so I'm pushing some water out, and you see I have this light value. I still have it on my brush, so just don't take more from the pigment. Once you dip it, use whatever is on it, okay? And then if it looks too light, you can add it a little bit later. Now I don't want it to dry too fast, because I want to use still this this momentum that the petals are wet, and to add a little bit of darker value. So I will dip again my brush in this pinkish color. Oh, this is like super dark, so I just want to pull it a little bit more, so you have this kind of line here closer to the center, and probably this is where I want to apply it, and then let it go a little bit, let it continue into the petal. You see, you can pull a little bit to the sides, give some places a bit darker value. You see what I'm doing? So I just push the water out of my brush into the darker space on the flower, and then it's beautifully finding its way to where it wants to go. Okay, and this will be our second layer, and later on we can add a little bit more. The same I'm going to make on the little ones. Now I want to, I don't want to make it flat, so I will not fill it with the same value through the whole flower. I will try to make it more interesting by adding just spots of darker value here and there, okay? And then so you can actually see the light through the light layer, right? Now it is your artistic preference how and where you will apply the darker color. So just like look at the flower and see where would you like it to have a darker value, and where you would like it to be have like light spots. So my flowers are done, and I'm happy with this, and I would like to make some splashes on my background before I move to a green and brown color on my painting. So I take some of the red color and I put a lot of water from the brush, so it will be very watery, and then I just spread it a little bit here and there. I don't want to make too many, but it's just to make this whimsical look, you know, when the cherry blossoms are all around, they have like this petals flying around, so just to give a little bit of this look. Really small, not too much. But it's again, it's a preference. If you don't like the look, you're welcome to skip. Okay, that's it. Now you can let it dry, this little droplets, or you can, if you have time to dry it, you can dry it. If not, I will just tap it a little bit with my paper towel so I can continue to work. Now I have still a little bit left from the from the droplets. I will fill in the middle of the flower. You can fill it all the way in or just to leave a spot, because I want to make this place a bit darker. Okay. Now I will take some of the darker color, what I have here on the palette, and I will start to tap in. Now it will be a little bit light in the beginning, so we will have to layer it. So put some pigment and let it be. Okay, once it dries, we will add a little bit more. But in the meantime, also whatever left on your brush, on the tip of the brush, we want to make these little lines, the middle of the flower. Don't hesitate, just pull out a little bit. That's it, not too much, okay? Okay, so I changed a little bit the water on my brush, and I want to wash it, to clean it a bit with my paper towel. So once it is to the satisfactory, I'll take some yellow, and I want it to be very bright, so I don't put too much water, just to activate it a little bit. And I'm going to place it in the ends of my stamens. Okay, and you can add a little bit here and there, even though we don't have the stamens there, but just to give this look. Okay, this is it for the stamens. And now I want to take a bit more of darker value, and I add another layer in the middle, because I want it to be a little bit darker. Okay, now I have already brown at the tip of my brush, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on the little branches. Oopsie. So I push a bit of water. Okay, and I'm going to pull it through. This again, it will be just the first layer, and then we will add to it a little bit more color. Okay, and like this we see our branch of the cherry tree. Okay, now I want to take a bit of this lighter color, lighter brown, a bit more of water, and I want to, so I'm going to apply it just in a few places to give a bit of dimension to the branch, so it won't appear very flat and two-dimensional, but you know, we'll have some interesting texture to it. Just on the side, okay, just on the side of the branch. Okay, and I want to give a little bit darker value here as well, so I will take the darker color and I will apply again here and there, just to give a little bit of interesting texture to the wood. Don't overthink it, you know, it's just apply here and there. You don't have to really plan where to apply it. Just make some touch, that's it, just a little bit of touch. It will look great in the end. Now I have left some of the brownish color on my brush, and I want to create this wash for the leaves. So I will just apply whatever I have on my brush. I will apply it in the beginning of the leaf. I'm not taking more from the palette. I push a little bit out, a little bit of water, because I want it to be still wet, so I can apply also the green color. Now, as you can see, I'm not touching the middle, so it will give another interesting detail to the to the leaf. I will make some brownish touch also here. Okay, and now it's time to take the the green. So as you can see, I'm not really bothering to clean the brush. I'm just going with the colors. You just have to plan a little bit ahead, because the brush will have a lot of different colors, and it's not like a normal brush that you can I mean, you can wash it, but let's say you're outside and you want to make a sketch of some something, so just plan ahead what color do you take first, and then it will save you the fact that for example, you can make dirty some light colors. So just go with the light first and plan it ahead a little bit. Okay, here we go. So I added a bit of green. You see, I didn't touch the middle of the flowers. I want to leave it a little bit of space, so it gives like an interesting detail. I would like to add a bit more of green color here. Now remember that watercolors once they dry, they are much lighter than they appear in the beginning. So even if it looks to a bit dark, it will dry and it will be lighter. Okay, if you don't like the vivid very vivid look. Okay, I want to add a little bit more. I think that's it. Now you can take a break, leave your eyes to rest a little bit, and then you can come back and see if you would like to add some other color, or you're happy with what you have. The last touch is, of course, to sign your masterpiece. Don't forget to give it to dry. And this original painting will go into one of the kits that one of you will receive. So in the kits you will find reference card, which is printed card, but in one of the kits I will place the original painting that we just made here in this lesson. Thank you for being with me, and I hope you enjoyed it.